Drew, our leader from this morning, going to get his day going with that front 3.5 somersaults pike we've seen a couple times already. Another opening round dive, another hit there for Drew. Although we see him get a little bit crooked as he's going through the water, which is why we're not going to see that jump into the 70-point range. Really nice and clean in the air, nice and tight in his pike, got his chest right down onto his shins, giving himself plenty of time for that entry. Drew, our leader here, has been so steady and consistent all weekend long. Between all 5 of his lists he's done so far, between prelims and finals, he has finished no lower than 4th place and has picked up 2 medals already, with a silver on 1 meter and a bronze yesterday on 3 meter. A great go at it there on his inward 3.5 somersault. Puts one of the best rips we've seen from any of these competitors on that inward so far. First one of our divers to eclipse that 80-point mark tonight, getting a 9 from one of our judges. One thing I haven't mentioned yet is that we have the pool record at play here, set by Juan Hernandez back in 2022. He went just a hair under 410 at 409. Like I said before, there's no specific time that these divers need to be holding their arm stands for before they leave the tower, but you're really wanting to showcase control for the judges, like Drew is right here. Great kip off the tower, sets himself up for that beautiful entry. Sometimes divers can get a little bit twisted as they go through the water, but Drew does a great job squeezing tight in his core, squaring out of the twist definitively, and setting himself up for the entry. Starting to create a little bit of distance here between him and Tyler there, hanging out in second at this point. The halfway point, the halfway point of this competition. Gainer 3.5 somersault, the most difficult gainer we're going to see of the night here by Drew. Did mess this up a little bit in the prelim, so going to be wanting redemption on it here tonight. And does just that, put the rip entry on that incredibly difficult gainer 3.5 somersaults. Really timing that kick out I was just talking about perfectly, getting a 9 from one judge. Over 80 points again here from Drew, really building himself a lead, wanting to win his first Big Ten title in his final opportunity. I'm going to have to eat my words there. As I said, Max's back 3.5 would help him eat into the lead that Drew had. But Drew, with a 75-point dive of his own, with a nice back 3.5 somersaults tuck, is not going to let that happen. Yes, the margin shrinks just a bit, but in terms of hits and momentum, Drew is still well in the lead with just 1 dive to go. And 20 points in the lead with 1 dive to go. He set himself up really, really nicely here. Drew going to be doing that same back twister we just saw from Max and many other competitors before him. He needs 56.3 points to win his first ever Big Ten championship title, and he averages about 65. So as long as Drew is able to do things normal, put this to his head, we're looking at your Big Ten champion here. And that's a championship winning dive right there from Drew. Needed to do it only average just to secure that Big Ten gold medal. Was able to do it better than that. Has a little bit of splash over on the entry, but more than enough to secure Minnesota's title. Despite only having 2 divers at this championship, Minnesota was able to have a really, really strong showing in the diving well this weekend between him and Braylon, making every single console or final available to him.
How cool is that for Drew Bennett?